My name's Belinda Piggott. I'm a visual artist, installation artist, and here at Eden, I'm part of the collaboration Entangled.
I'm Jane Lush. I'm a visual artist and a horticulturalist, and I'm also excited to be working in collaboration with Belinda and Dinah in Entangled at Eden.
I'm Dinah Taprell. I'm a visual artist. I'm also a horticulturalist. I live in a forest and I spend a lot of time managing that forest and dealing with soil.
So the inspiration for our work, Infinite Entanglement, From Trash to Treasure, is actually the material itself. It's mycelium. It's the root system of mushrooms that's literally beneath our feet. It's the material that nurtures forests, but it's also a material that has incredible potential to solve some of our big environmental problems. So here within Eden, we're looking at its potential to devour plastic and return it back to the earth as a nutrient.
We've created balls of mycelium growing within orange plastic. We chose orange plastic because it's a very common material and it's a problem. So it's symbolic of what we're trying to get on top of. And we have hung those balls of mycelium within a larger sphere. And it's a metaphor for seeds, small seeds within a larger seed, and regeneration of the soil, the environment, the planet, those things. And it's also, they're seeds of an idea of how to combat the issues that we're all dealing with.
When we decided to grow the mycelium balls, first of all, we had to decide on the mushroom spawn. We chose oyster and reishi, and we spent the last 4 or 5 weeks actually growing these spherical objects, testing which of the spawn material responded best to the moulds that we used. We used everyday moulds, from ice cube moulds to ball moulds and so forth. We then had to create an environment within our studios, similar to the underground environment of mushroom growing. And then we encased them in the orange netting, plastic. And it's been fascinating watching the mycelium devouring and covering this plastic. So when you see the installation, you'll see the hanging balls with little remnants of the plastic showing through. And we hope that they will, they're going to kind of just be in the environment for these months.
What we would really like is for our work on mycelium to start to prise open some conversations about the potential of working with natural materials. So actually harnessing the power of nature to resolve some of the issues that we're facing.
The public are going to be intrigued by the fact this is a growing material, a live material.
And most people only know mushrooms, which are above the ground, because 999% or whatever of the mycelium is underground, and it's only the fruiting body, which is the mushroom, which is popping up, comes up, does its thing, disappears again. And the network underground is so extensive. It's probably the biggest organism in the world.
It is the biggest.
So it's something that we would not be on this planet without it. Nothing would be alive without it. So it's really good to start a conversation so people can understand what's beneath their feet and hidden but so important.
And also just the potential to try and solve some of our problems with the massive amount of plastic. I think 8.3 billion tonnes of plastic have been produced since the late 1950s, early 1960s, and we only recycle, less than 15% in Australia. So looking at these biomaterials as ways of dealing with some of this problem is exciting to us.
Very exciting.
Yeah. And not just munching it up and putting it back into the soil, it's also a way of dealing with limited resources in the world by using biomaterials. So it's not an extractive industry, it's a way of taking something and then that eventually goes right back again with no toxins. So it's the way of the future.
In fact, the
materials.
mycelium sequesters carbon.
Yeah. The sphere that we've encapsulated the little seeds and balls of mycelium in is also then contained in the poplar forest, which is also a beautifully, it's a square space. It's like a little square room. It's a very lovely...
Quite intimate.
It is an intimate space, yeah.
Framed beautifully by the trees.
Yes.
And that contrast between the square space and the spherical form.
Which you can see right through. It's this skeletal frame of the sphere, which and it's just propped up slightly off the ground, so it looks like it's hovering amongst the trees.
Especially when you walk past and you just see this hovering space.
Yeah, and then there's these strange things inside, which we hope will draw people in and they want to find out what they are. We've been friends for quite a while, but as we've been collaborators as artists for only a short time, and most of our thinking and working out stuff has happened at my forest down the south coast, which is a place where we often just sit and listen to the trees, and the wind in the trees is extraordinary, and it's a very calming and also very creative space, which has helped us really focus on what we're trying to do. So it's been a good thing.